Hello and welcome. My name is Andy. This is your January 2023 Twin Flame reading. So let's just dive right in, shall we? So I'm using the Fairy Oracles for the overarching energy and the underside as well. Collection of pixies. And the topsy-turvets. Okay. Well, let's get into it. Definitely has a busy feeling about it. Seven of Swords in reverse, starting off with your energy. Energy for January 2023. Ooh, the World. Huh. Well, it looks like they may have been having some barriers, but like it seems that there could be some travel involved. We've also got star energy there too in the reverse, and we're just into the Aquarius new moon, so that could be a significant situation over here. Okay, Three of Pentacles first. One card, please. Oh, whoa. Knight of Swords. Wow, these slippery. Okay. And the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, let's get this going. What else do we have for the energy of the relationship? What is going on there? Oh, no. Thank you, sir. Let's just get three, please. 3 cards for the energy of this twin flame relationship. Connection. Okay, that came out first. We've got the King of Cups and the King of Cups, which is very interesting because this deck has it in both female and male. So I have literal chills running all down my arms right now. And then the Knight of Cups. Okay. All right, so basically these are saying the same things. The collection or collective of pixies and topsy-turvets, which is read either the same way, reversed or upright. But basically, the overall energy is putting a little zing and zaniness into whatever you are doing, but it's like your sense of duty. So a purpose and virtue, but giving it this kind of exuberance. So in a twin flame connection, coming from a place, maybe you're in separation, perhaps that's for some of you, having a sense of joy, thinking about your connection. Sometimes that can be hard when we're in separation, when you're not seeing this person, or if there's been an altercation, or there's been negative words said between the two. You're in this strange dynamic of push and pull. So this card, the Topsy-Turvets, is also basically mirroring that to say, have a fresh look. Take this from a different perspective and essentially put a little zing and zaniness and joy into your thoughts and your emotions behind, or your intentions behind the connection And that's going to really be a changing point for you in this whole scenario. So let's get into the actual reading and see what is up. Okay, so basically it looks like there's sort of a facing of the music type of situation with the Seven of Swords in reverse. And it kind of, this whole thing feels to me like this is a part of separation, but there's a lot of work involved. So right after the Seven of Swords in reverse, which feels like some stuckness of energy where somebody is just, yeah, they're facing the music. There's a truth that's coming out. And maybe that's something that they're owning up to. Maybe that's something that you're going to be faced with. But then next to it, you have the World. So it feels like a cycle has been coming to completion now. And with that, I mean, there could be some travel involved. Maybe somebody's been traveling. Maybe you have to travel to see your person. But then there's also the Star in reverse. So with that, it's like this truth has, I feel like the truth is yet to reveal itself, like it's on its way. But because the cycle is now coming to completion, I get almost this sense of relief in it. Like you're stepping up to the plate. You've come through maybe a challenging time, a dark night of the soul, possibly a tower moment. Some changes are being made in your life. And it just has this sense of, like, even though there's some faith that still needs to be restored, it's like it's on its way. Like you are making your way out of this time of struggle, or it kind of feels like a little bit of reconciliation. And then in your person's energy, it's like they've been going at it alone. They're on this solo journey. And that's probably why, you know, you've been sort of in this struggle. It feels like a struggle to me. That's what I'm sort of getting at. It's just like you've been kind of back and forth in this, like I'm just getting like this heaviness, but that has, you're sort of making your way out of that because it's almost like you didn't have anything else that you could do about it. This person went off on their own. If it's something like it's something that they had to do, a sense of duty that they had to, sense of duty that they had to do, like something like they had to obey an order, or maybe it was for a job, something in the home life. Maybe it was, it feels more in the way of like work though for me, that this person had to do something on their own. They had to leave, they had to go off and, you know, figure something out on their own. But it is leading them to an abundance. So this is coming out of a time of solitude for them, not solitude, but their own path, their own sense of duty, that they felt that they had to turn their back on you in order to get this abundance. Because when we go down to the relationship, basically they are the King of Cups, and they are now this, it's like they now have this sense of like, I can protect all, and I can be this balanced and protector of you, and not in a domineering way, but in this way of like, I can provide and I am now able to be a partner for you. Whereas, you know, you have been doing your own. It's like you were the chaser and you were really, really trying hard not to be the chaser. And having faith has been really, really hard. But it's like you've kind of stuck it out and you've given yourself this new way of being able to think about it and put to action a little bit of joyfulness. So it's like you're coming out of a time of, or you're a time of like, you know now how to change. So you've come full circle in your way of dealing with separation. So you've kind of learned how to not be a chaser anymore and coming into your own King of Cups, which is more of a divine, I would say this is a divine feminine. So I think the top row is your divine, oh my gosh, divine. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Again, there is no gender, it's just an energy, but the King of Cups of the divine female is giving balance and being a beacon for all. And it's like you've been able to get through that on your own with a new way of thinking. And you were able to do that because at the very end of it all, this is definitely a very romantically inspired connection for you two. So let's see what blocks there were in this connection. What blocks were in this connection? Okay, so we have patience and planning and spiritual strength. So that just really entails to me that there has been this time of going inward and allowing yourself the patience for this person to come back and needing to have that trust and faith in it, that blind sense of trust and faith. And that's where your spiritual strength has really grown in this. So that's the block that you've been sort of working through, which is, you know, you've come through a bit of a dark night of the soul in order to get there and have that come to completion. Because now look, divine feminine, now you've been able to get balance, but your blocks have definitely, and I would still definitely keep going on that. And even still with the divine masculine, let's see what blocks they've been going through. Oh, there's definitely been some devil energy there. Having that temptation and that perhaps there could be some addiction involved. Okay, so yeah, they've definitely been able to recognize where their setbacks are. And, you know, sometimes an addiction can be a thought pattern. You know, it doesn't have to be a drug or an alcohol or sex or anything like that, but just something that has been keeping them tempted and held captive. But they've been able to recognize that, and that's when they decided they really needed to go off on their own and start to learn for themselves, and basically, you know, get out of that nature, because then they've been able to really reap that reward, and this is now their bounty, and they've become the King of Cups. So now that they are balanced, this is feeling so beautiful. I also wanted to pull a couple of cards to see what actions can be taken for the Divine Feminine. What actions can be taken for the Divine Feminine? That one wants to come through. Okay. Okay, so basically there has been a lot of worry, and there's been sacrifice on your part, but you've already been working through them. That's this. You've already gotten through it. So it's just telling me that, you know, your fears haven't gone away, but you're now being able to figure out that trust and that faith by giving yourself a new sense of way of looking at this scenario. You're putting a little bit of joy into which it's just like, it's this little, it feels like a little kiss that you've been able to put into your own actions, this little bits of love that the Divine Feminine has been able to, I keep saying you're for everybody, but I just get more of a sense of relief than anything else. And so let's see what actions the Divine Masculine has been taking in order to get out of these blocks. Wow. Oh my gosh. So definitely have been finding their inner power. And fertility. So this is just such a beginning. This is like a stepping stone into, it's like their new beginning. But they've been really focusing on their inner power to get to this beginning, because it's like they know now that they need to come back to you. And perhaps this did have to do with travel, and they are finding their way back to you, and maybe it's across the sea, or maybe they're finding their way back to you through a message. So you may receive a message. I feel like I'm definitely speaking to a Divine Feminine. That the Divine Masculine it's on their way, and the Divine Feminine is going to receive that message and return it, because this is balance. Okay, what messages does the Divine Feminine want to relay to the Divine Masculine? What message do they want to relay? I can hear you, even in the silence. That's perfect. That's exactly the whole reason they have been able to change their mindset. For you to change your mindset and to put a little bit of joy and zing and love into this. That's how you were able to face it. And so you have been able to come out of that mistrust and start to have that faith, because now that it's come to a completion, I can hear you even in the silence. What does the divine masculine want to relay to the divine feminine? I'm trying to heal old wounds. That's what they've been doing this whole time. That's why they had to run away. I just feel what else? What else does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? What else? I'm not ignoring you. I'm thinking about our connection. So that just feels to me that coming out of this time of faithlessness and being guided by that star, I would say under this full moon, new moon in Aquarius. So you're probably going to be receiving that message soon, and you can respond. You can respond now. Okay, and then what else? What else does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? What else they want to say? What else? Ooh, is it romantic? I recognized you the moment our eyes met. And I think that's why they recognized the fact that they had to go out it alone. They had a sense of duty that they had to fulfill before they were able to bring their abundance to you. But it looks as though this is going to have a beautiful outcome, that this is romantic, and that cycle has come to its full circle. But this divine connection is definitely of the heart, and there's been a lot of work done, and it just feels like it's finally able to come to its place of balance and serenity. So I would definitely look out for any messages, but I would definitely look out for this to come to fruition, or have this, the message come through during Aquarius season. So that is something that you can think about. So it looks like I was definitely speaking to a divine feminine in this connection for the most part. And thank you so much for being here. This was my very first twin flame reading, and I will be back next month for February's. Okay, bye now.